What's up, guys? Chris Killian with Comicbook.com at San Diego Comic-Con, sponsored by Displate, and I'm here with the one and only Todd McFarland. Also, happy anniversary. You brought Wanda with you.
I brought my lovely wife over there. I was telling the story today because we were talking about Infinity Incorporate, which is the first regular book I had at DC.
Yeah.
And when I got that job, right, we'd been dating for 7 years, and she was like, "What's your intentions, Todd?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have enough money to like support us," because I was like being macho. I got to be able to support us, and we were both at college, and then when I got
me and my wife have been together for 7 years, by the way, and I still don't have money to support us. I need her help too. So
well, when you're college, you had nothing. Where I was like, I was working as a janitor besides playing baseball. I was on a baseball scholarship. And then like 3 weeks before I graduated, I got Coyote, which is my first job. But I only was on that for like 4 issues, and then they canceled the book. And I was like, I'm in after 2 years of trying to break in, and then I'm out. And then the phone rings, and it's Roy Thomas. And Roy Thomas says, and I've told the story before, that his artist passed away, right? Don Newton, a great artist, super healthy freak guy, drank unpasteurized milk, has allergic reaction. He's dead on arrival.
That's really what happened to him?
Yeah, he died from drinking unpasteurized milk. Because he thought it would be super healthy for him.
I'm going to stop drinking raw eggs then. That's
raw eggs are okay, happen. Right? So anyway, so then Roy's going, I need somebody to take over the book for 2 months. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, I was hungry. I just got basically fired. They stopped the book. And then I did 1 issue, and then the guy who was supposed to take over after my 2 issues bailed. So Roy said, hey, do you want to just stay on the book and be the guy? And I was like, yeah, right? Because before my first job, I was on Coyote. I was doing 10 pages, $60 a page. I thought I was a king to some extent at $600. And then Roy says, wow, it's 25 pages, but I can only pay you 75. But I was like, what did you just say? Woo! And like in short order, I went and got a diamond ring, and it was a small diamond ring. And I got on my knee, and I proposed to my wife, and on Sunday, my wife and I won't be here, Wanda, because we'll be celebrating our 40th anniversary. So thank you, Infinity Incorporated and Roy Thomas. So.
That's a lovely story, and it's a way better proposal story than me and my wife. I just did it. I got really nervous in the bathroom, and I was just like,
you vomited on her shoes?
I didn't vomit on her shoes, but I just got that. I had a whole thing planned, and I got real nervous, and I just was like, and I just held it out. But we don't talk about it. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
She still said yes though, so it worked out in the end.
No, I see like with our kids doing stuff with the photos and the setups, and when I'm like, man, we weren't really that creative back then. We just went, hey, let's do it. But anyways, it's been a good run. I think for at least from my perspective, I think it's important to have people that support you in your career. I don't care what your career is, and to know, again, that Wanda was there from the very get-go, right? Yeah. From the first time, she was the one that took the phone call from Marvel saying, hey, we want to offer Todd his first job, right? She picked up the phone and met me at the door going, hey, who's Steve Englehart, right? I remember the words, who's Steve Englehart? And I was like, what? Yeah, he wants to offer you a job. That was it. I was in. So she'd been with me. I mean, she was, let's go do the math. She was 13 when I started dating her. So we're going way back.
Like middle school sweethearts. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I was in high school. She was middle school. But there's something about growing up together with having nothing and watching all of it, and so she's been able to support it, and we've both been able to sort of go, all right, here's what we think sort of important, here's what we don't. It's not 100%, both of us, but we appreciate the life we've been given by the fans and the support and what they do. Like, we don't take it for granted, right? I mean, we're both born in Canada. We're really gracious about everything, every opportunity that comes. So like we always think it's going to end next year or next time, right? And now we're 40 years into it, not only with my career, but with the marriage going, shoot, this might actually last a lifetime. You
think it's gonna? You guys are gonna hang in there?
Well, for her and I, that's a lifetime thing. I'm talking about the career thing.
Okay.
I'm talking about for like people caring about what I do artistically. Who cares, right? So yeah.
Well, you have another anniversary coming up of sorts. A little 50th anniversary or 50 issues. Sorry.
Sure.
You got King Spawn 50 coming. Gunslinger Spawn 50 and the Scorch 50 coming, right? It's the little 50-50-50 program.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So Look,
Did you like that segue, by the way? I worked it in. It was so smooth.
That was good. You're good. Keep it up. You can make a career out of this. The comic books, I've said before, as one of the founders, president of Image Comics, I think more creative people should try to get their book up to issue 50. And 50 to me is like a magic number. And the reason it's a magic number is because you get to do a compendium. And it's not that the compendium's the end all, but it means that you have a compendium which is 50 issues all together. It's like a phone book. But then you can then cut it into 4 12 issues or 8 6 issues. You've got a lot of different ways you can rejig all that library that you have. It also, the data says to us at Image in our 30 plus years of doing it, every book that crossed over 50 broke out of the bubble. And the bubble is comic books, right? And the comic book community, the choir, right? The people that will support us through thick and thin. Every book that got past 50, we were doing the data, has had and gotten into either video games, TV shows, movies, toys, someplace. They got outside, right? And the only one maybe that in any sort of big meaningful way is Brian K. Vaughan on Saga. But that was him willingly saying no, right? So it wasn't like he had tons of offer. He could have joined, but he said no. But everybody has been given the choice to get out of the bubble. So 50, not only is it good for you personally as a creator, but it's also good in terms of it's a long enough time, 4+ years, that people go, oh, I know that brand. Right? We can start doing something meaningful with it outside of comic books.
It starts registering in people's minds.
And this is it. It doesn't even seem like it was that long ago. In 2021, during the pandemic, we started the Spawn Universe, and a couple of the books that we came out with Spawn Universe, and then we came out with 3 new books, and it was King Spawn first, a month off, Gunslinger a month off, and then Scorched. And we've been putting them out ever since, right? And now count 50 months for each one of those. We're at issue 50. People go, what, 50 for King Spawn? Yeah, because it's been 50 months. It's been 4 years and 2 months. Yes, there's 50 issues. So what we're going to do is take issue 50 of King Spawn and issue 50 of Gunslinger that will come out 2 months later, and issue 50 of Scorch that will come out two months later. And all 3 of those books, if you read them together, will be one big story with 2 chapters. So one artist is going to do 15 pages in the A story, so it'd be 45 pages, and then the other artist is going to do 45 pages of the B story, but the A and the B story connect at the very end, right? So I don't know.
Some of the covers connect too, which I thought was awesome when I saw some of those.
Yeah. We're gonna have fun with the covers. We got some goofy people coming on, having some fun with me. Scotty Young is sort of a late addition to it. He's gonna come on board, do it. He said, again. It was one of those fun conversations that you had that we used to have all the time when we were younger, which is like, I'll do a cover for you if you do a cover for me. I mean, it was that simple, right? There was nobody paid, there was no money exchange. It was just like, you do a cover, I do a cover, right? And we actually just did one recently like that. Ryan Otley did a cover for Shirley Johnson, Curse of Shirley Johnson. And then he's got his new book, Battle Beast. And he goes, I'll do a cover if you do a cover. So I did a Battle Beast cover.
Oh, that's nice.
We just swapped it, right?
Yeah.
So Robert Kirkman got the easy one. He's just like, okay, hey, I need you to draw something for Todd. Todd, I need you to draw something. He sits there and just watches us draw going, okay, when are you going to get it done? So this is why being a writer is good sometimes. But anyways, we're going to have fun with the 3 books. And just to add another piece of data to the creative people who either are doing it now, coming down the line, or in 10 years are going to come down the line. Just the more times you can show sort of pieces of success, the better. Oh, by the way, minus all that, let's just geek out. I used to like event books when I was a kid, and books cross over and like annuals. Like I remember the annual, like the Avengers annual and the Marvel 2-in-1 crossover with Thanos that became the gemstone thing, right? But back then it was like, what? They're crossing over annual. There's only one, and then their one a year and their one a year is going to be together, and it's going to be the same art. Like it was just silly stuff, right? That I never forgot, and I try to apply it as much as I can in my own book, which is why I don't renumber. Because when I was a kid, nobody renumbered, so I'm not going to do it.
We got some stuff for you to sign real quick.
Okay,
yeah.
we'll do it.
Displates make your walls speak fluent fandom.
Look at that. Those are gorgeous.
These sleek metal posters feature official art from Marvel, Star Wars, DC, Star Trek, and tons more. We're talking comics, games, movies, anime, whatever you're into, there's a good chance Displate's got it.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, this is so cool.
Class.
If you're a collector, you'll love Displates. Hanging and swapping is super easy thanks to magnets, and the metal design means they look awesome for years to come, especially with that juicy 3D texture print.
This lasts for so long,
This is really cool. Like this metal.
and it's so easy to mount on your wall.
We're giving away a bunch of signed Displates from our interviews at San Diego Comic-Con. Enter now for free with the link in the description. You can shop the entire Displate collection at Displate.com. What is this? It seems like there's also a super special Christmas surprise coming for Spawn fans this year. What is this about, Todd?
I thought we weren't going to talk about this.
We could talk about it if you'd like to talk about it.
We'll talk about it since my arm has been twisted. So sometimes, again, as part of doing, I mean, we've done a lot of expansive stuff in the last couple of years, doing like miniseries and things like that, right? And so I'm always taking pitches from people, right? And so I know a lot of people, right? And so some guy came along and he said, "Hey, I got this like Christmas idea." And I'm like, "Well, how long is it going to be? Because we got to get it out. If you're going to have any seasonal idea, you have to get it in that season.
Yeah.
Especially Christmas. You can't be late. We got to get it done. So we got to get it out in advance." So this guy comes along and says, "Hey, I got this idea for a Santa Claus story and Spawn." And at first, I got to tell you, I was dubious, right? When I was reading it, I was like going, "This is the most ridiculous thing I've heard." But you know what? I know the guy. He's okay. Send it in. I'll read it. I'll do it. Let him down gently. But then I read it, and actually I was going, "Wow, that actually was better than I thought." Right? It was surprised me, and I gave it to my editor-in-chief, and he read it, and he went, "Todd, that's really good." And I went, "Yeah, I was hoping to give him a thumbs down, but it was okay." Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that person who hassled me for that is a young man by the name of Chris Killian, who's writing a book with his brother.
Co-writing. My brother's right over there.
He's writing a book with his brother up over here, Andrew.
My brother Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Yeah.
He's the shy one.
Yeah, and so he had a lot of ideas and whatever else, but I go, okay, let's take the idea and then let me find, I think, the artist for you, because we've been dealing with a lot of artists, and let's get it out. And it's just kind of so quirky, odd, fun, cool. I don't know. I'm sort of curious how it's going to go, right? Because
me too.
It's a fun read, and it's Christmas. Are people going to go for the ride on it? But we'll see. So thanks for giving us this oddball idea. We're going to see if Chris has what it takes, ladies and gentlemen. He's been interviewing us people, and now the pressure is going to be on him because he's going to become a peer here in short time. So.
Well, after interviewing my favorite shameless self-promoter, Todd McFarlane, for many, many years, I can tell you the book's awesome.
Well, wow, says he. Right? Here's what I like to do, Chris. Let me just say, here's what I like to do. I usually like to do the best I can at any given time with the people I'm working with, put it out, and let people decide on their own, right? I mean, because it's always interesting. I put out books that I think are really awesome. People are like lukewarm.
Yeah.
And there's other books that I lukewarm, and people go super awesome. So you never sort of know what the reaction is. And given this is this weird Spawn and Santa story that seems to not make much sense other than they've got like red, some color coordination that they have there. We'll do it, but it was a good one. And Chris has also pitched me some cool stuff for Sam and Twitch, so we'll eventually get around to some of that too.
I got another pitch for you after we get off
right
camera.
here on camera.
We're going to save it for off camera.
All right.
But no, I am going to put you on the spot on the camera and say, what are the odds that I can convince you to draw a cover for our Christmas book? Just consider it like a personal present for me.
So I do a cover for you.
I'll do a cover for you. I'll do a cover. I'll do a Spawn cover. Sure. Twist my arm.
Yeah, let me just look at the schedule. I mean, really, when I say yes or no to covers, I have to say the same thing to everybody. Let me just look, see if I can get it.
You just drew Spawn on an elevator.
Yeah, well, I can do a Spawn head if you want. Done. All right. We're done. No, I can probably come up with something cool for you. So let me figure it out.
Okay. Lastly, before we get out of here, would not be a San Diego Comic-Con if I didn't ask you for any possible updates on a Spawn movie.
Okay, so yeah. So
We can cut that out if we're not ready to talk about it. We'll just end the interview on a high note.
I've been talking about it for 7 years, and it just seems like there's always an impediment, and it's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating, and I think to some extent, I know I frustrate my wife. She's like, stop talking about it, just make it. And I think it's fair, and I think that the fans are the same way. So what I will say is that we are still moving along. I went and met with the director. We want to sign him. They gave me the numbers last week. We've given it to him. Hopefully he signs on. I don't think we'll announce when he signs on. I think what we'll do is we'll announce when we have the script.
Right.
And we've got the buyer, and we've got something, like, instead of doing what I've done before, is like every time we hire somebody, we announce it, is to just go, it's sold with this director, writers, these people attached as actors, boom, boom, boom. This is what we're going to make. That'd be it. But the contract went out literally last week. And I'm here to tell you, it's an A director.
Oh, wow.
Right? From my perspective.
Yeah.
It's an A director. Like, it's not like I go, wow, we keep getting lucky with the Spawn, that the people that are excited about it are like people that are in the top tier from my perspective. So it's like, wow, okay, cool. So we'll see. Again, fingers crossed. He wants to do something like creepy too, right? So so we're just jibing. I'm supposed to be getting a pitch doc from him here in the next month. And when we do that, then a script goes, and then hopefully we sign whatever. We'll see it. But we're constantly trying to move that thing forward. We haven't stopped. It's constantly going. And if you talk to Jason, him and his crew are pushing it too, right? They want this thing to happen as much as I do.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Well, Todd, thank you so much for your time. I just want to say that, I've gone from, obviously I've looked up to you my whole life, but to go from interviewing you to now I consider us friends, and now you're my boss, and I love you so much. So thank you so much for the opportunity. I know Andrew feels the same way. Thank you very much, man. And this is exciting. We got a lot of.
So Chris,
stuff.
I'm going to say one of the joys that I've had, given that I've been at it for so long, is like I'm like sort of over me in my life and whatever. I'm like whatever. I like being able to give opportunities to other people, and then see if any of that flourishes and does stuff, right? Because then when it sort of works and whatever, I sort of feel like a proud papa going, oh man, they work for me, and now they're the biggest shot at Marvel or DC or whatever it is. So who knows, right? Like you and Andrew could be the biggest writing duo in comic books, and I go, man, I remember them when they were only this big, and they were working on Spawn Santa for me, right? And I like, again, everybody doesn't have to do the work for me. I remember somebody gave me a break, and I'm eternally thankful for those opportunities. So I try as much as possible to give talent opportunities, right? As a coach, okay, kid, I'm going to put you on the field. Now it's you, right? Once I put you on the field, it's all you now, right? And some of them have flourished, and so we'll see. I'm going to be watching you like from the sidelines to see how you do.
I put super glue on my hands. I ain't missing the ball.
All right.
Okay, and that's going to do it for us here at San Diego Comic-Con. We hope you enjoyed this interview, sponsored by Displate, and keep it on Comicbook.com for the best geek news.